What is up, guys? I just had a kick-ass thought I want to share with you. I'm going to grab a bottle of water, though, real quick, so you're going to come with me. I'm freaking thirsty. That's what happens when you impulsively jump on Facebook Live before you grab the water that you know you're going to want or need, right? Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you're having an amazing Monday so far. I was thinking, so I literally, 2 weeks ago, I hired an in-house, local personal assistant. I've had an assistant online for 6 months now, and she's amazing. And it's funny because I went through the same thing. Whoops, hold on. Oh, hell. Sorry, guys. I just got interrupted. I hit the wrong button. Anyway, what I was thinking is I went through the same thing with her, and I didn't even really realize it at the moment. And now I just come to this realization and I want to share it with you. So I hired Kira a couple weeks ago. She started the Monday after Thanksgiving. And it was really uncomfortable for me. It was very strange for me. You know, she's here in my house. It was definitely a big adjustment for me. And I knew it was going to be. But for example, she was here for a few hours today doing a bunch of stuff for me, and then she just left to run some errands with my dog. And she's like, oh, can I take Bonnie with you? Well, part of the nice thing is I don't always get to get out and play with my dogs as much as I want to here recently. So I was like, yeah, take her with you, you know. So I send this woman with my credit card, $100 bill, and my animal to run errands for me, okay? And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable as shit. Not because I don't trust her, because I do trust her, obviously, or I wouldn't bring her into my home and do these things, but it's uncomfortable because it's out of the ordinary for me. It's not what I normally do. It's not what, we all become, especially most people who start their own businesses, you're super independent. You want to do everything yourself. And so it's really difficult to delegate in general, and it becomes uncomfortable. But then this situation just kind of is a whole new level of that. So it made me realize, shit, I'm a little uncomfortable with this, for sure. It's definitely keeps me on my toes in a way. And then it dawned on me, how uncomfortable I was 6 months ago when I hired Tiffany and my virtual assistant, and I handed her all of my passwords and information and allowed her to run with my ideas and pretty much create these systems for me like I create for everyone else. And it was really, really uncomfortable, guys. Really uncomfortable. It took me a long time to be okay with allowing her to just do her thing and not worrying or stressing out about it. And then I started thinking, and I was like, it's awesome because I think part of expanding and growing as a human being, especially as a business owner, is when those uncomfortable things become normal to you. For example, I remember the first time I hit the highest income I've ever hit. It was really uncomfortable for me. And it was really uncomfortable for me to charge more money. It was uncomfortable for me to think about making more money. Super uncomfortable. And now that's normal for me. It's a normal conversation for me to talk about money like that. And so it's interesting when you think about the idea of expansion and growth as a human being and a business owner, and how the things that used to make you really, really uncomfortable then become your normal. That's how you know you're doing it right. But you have to keep expanding, obviously, because you have to constantly be putting yourself in an uncomfortable position in order to keep growing and not stay stagnant. But I just wanted to share that note with you guys. I'd love to hear what anybody thinks about that. That's here on live, if you guys agree or if you've experienced that yourself. But it's definitely just an interesting little realization there, is the fact that the shit that's really uncomfortable, but you push through it anyways, that becomes your normal. In a month or 2 months or whatever, sending Kira out with all of my money and my dog and to go do things for me while I sit here and work or handle client calls or whatever will be normal to me. It'll become not an uncomfortable situation for me anymore, because I know that it's necessary and it's part of the empire that I'm building and it's part of my big picture and what I'm wanting, and I need that free time, and that's what it's creating for me. So by putting myself in that uncomfortable position, I'm creating these new normals in my life and these new levels of success and levels of expansion and things like that. So I just think that was really like a kick-ass realization, and I just really wanted to share it with you guys, and just remind you to kind of think of things that way, you know, like if you're in an uncomfortable spot and you're like, damn, this is weird, like this is really weird, am I right? Like, is this normal? Yeah, it's super normal to feel that uncomfortable, completely 100% normal to feel that uncomfortable. So I definitely think, like, don't let it discourage you. Keep pushing till that thing that's super uncomfortable becomes your norm. Like, fuck, you think, oh, I'm gonna make 20 grand next month, and you're like, shit, oh, I can't breathe, like that scares the hell out of me. And then you make 20 grand that month, and then the next month, and the next month, and that becomes your normal. And then you set your next goal, and your next goal is, I'm gonna make 30 grand this month. And it makes you uncomfortable, right? It makes you super uncomfortable, but you push through it. It becomes your norm. So what you're doing there is literally challenging yourself to create the life that you want and get shit done. 100%. So that was my quick message for you guys. I just wanted to send it over and tell you that, because I thought it was definitely share worthy. So I hope that resonates with some of you guys. If it does, thumbs ups. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. You're awesome. Have a great day.